Hello, beautiful souls. It's Kat from Elevate. And today I'm going to give you a sneak peek of my new course. It's going to be launching February 14th because it just seemed appropriate to me that anybody who was heartbroken or just had a breakup, they're probably not going to have any plans that day. And it just makes sense to me to start making a commitment to yourself that day by doing a course like this. So this course is for someone who may have broken up recently, or it could be for someone who has broken up months ago and they're just struggling with that deep, deep pain and they can't seem to heal and they don't know what to do next. So, this gives you a plan, a strategic plan, and it's a deep dive into all different types of healing. And it identifies the problems that you're probably facing that you're not sure how to resolve. And it kind of holds your hand through the process. So, the biggest one is the trauma bond, which I discuss in module one, and I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of that in a moment. So let's dive into this. In this 6-part course, you'll go from feeling heartbroken due to a toxic relationship to feeling that healing is possible and begin to slowly regain your self esteem, self worth, and confidence. You will learn strategies to survive the immense pain from a traumatic breakup and start planning a new life filled with self love and peace of mind. I will accompany you every step of the way. You can do this, and I will teach you how to find yourself again. Rise up, Kat Loretta. Then it goes into a little bit about me. Obviously, you all know me if you're subscribed to my channel, but I have been where you are. After dating a narcissist for several years, my self esteem and confidence were nearly non existent. I knew I had to break free from the spell that he seemed to hold upon me so I could start to feel like my old self again. It was as if I was caught in a spider's web and I wasn't sure how to escape. The strategies and exercises in this course were developed as a result of my healing journey from that toxic breakup. Just to give you an idea, too, this is a 6-part, 6-module course, and each module has 3 lessons in it. So you've got 18 lessons that are full of all these ways to heal, all these ideas and tips, tricks, and proven modalities. The entire course is going into psychology, it's going into biology, it's going into um, all different things and all different ways that you can target different parts of healing. So, the biggest issue that people have is breaking the trauma bond. I think it's essentially now no contact is the hardest thing. And that's what you need to do to break the trauma bond. We're constantly trying to go back, trying to make contact, trying to fix when we're trauma bonded. It's a very powerful biological uh, factor, let's say. So, in this module, you will learn the best ways to break trauma bonds and your attachment to the toxic person, somatic healing, and building new routines to release stress. So, just going into what is a trauma bond, many of you know what it is, but just to break it down for you, a trauma bond is a strong emotional attachment to a toxic person that develops due to the following abusive cycle: idealization, devaluation, and discard. The cycle has the following characteristics. And I go through in here what happens and the whole chronological way that things go down. And what you're seeing here are like some bullet points, but actually on the audio of this course, I speak more and I've just only put some bullet points to kind of highlight a little bit about it. So I'm not going to read this part now because it's actually less than in the actual course. I go into talking about this love bombing, the devaluation phase, intermittent reinforcement, which is a very powerful behavioral conditioning, and the discard, which is always the case with these toxic relationships, right? Like they always kind of run the same pattern. So I talk about that. And again, there's more audio than just what you see on the actual course itself. And this is the breakdown for Module 1, Lesson 1, Breaking the Bond. So these are some ideas, right? No contact. Obviously, we know that's the biggest and hardest part, right? And later on in the course, in the second module, I go into dealing with the pain. So a lot of the times we don't want to break the bond and do no contact because we're in so much pain. We think that contact with the person will actually uh, solve our pain. So in this next module, module 2, you will go into dealing with the pain and realizing that there's ways to deal with the pain that don't have to do with contacting your ex toxic partner. So the idea is breaking the trauma bond. You're starting out by focusing on trying to do these things: no contact, blocking the person, or doing the gray rock method if you have children together or you have to have some kind of contact. Let's say you work with the person or something. You're going to try to do one of these 3 things. And then in the next module, then you'll be able to learn how to deal with the pain on your own. That means dealing with the pain without contacting the person, right? Because the whole idea is that we don't want to contact that person. No contact is the only way to break the trauma bond. So you have to learn how to deal with your pain on your own. Unfortunately, it's not easy. It's very, very hard. And so you can see I go into these things a little bit in the course. And, why is it so hard to do no contact? There are a lot of factors. And it's not about willpower. It's not about being weak. Like, you're not weak if you haven't been able to do it yet. There are so many different things biologically. In here, I talk about neurochemicals that keep you addicted to the toxic person because you're seeking their approval and attention so your body can actually feel better. Your nervous system has been affected by this roller coaster relationship, and your nervous system is deregulated. And then behaviorally, intermittent reinforcement binds you to this person. Again, it's a very powerful behavioral conditioning. In psychological studies, it's well known to be extremely powerful and addictive, this intermittent reinforcement. And emotionally, you love this person, your love was real. So it's hard to let go of someone you love. And it's just not like about, oh, just snap out of it. Like, I understand it's not that easy for you. It's not that easy for all of these reasons. And in this course, I have a lot of compassion for you because I've gone through the same thing. I've dealt with this. I've broken the trauma bond with my ex-boyfriend, and it was extremely hard. So again, lessons 2 and 3 in this module will help you to find alternatives to breaking no contact, and therefore will help you to successfully break the trauma bond. So the next second and third lessons within this are about healing. So I'll go to module 1, lesson 2, somatic healing. So changing state, meaning changing your mood and perception by doing something specific, movement, or body work. And then I go deeper into each of those things and giving you some ideas here. Movement and body work. And then the next one, module 1, lesson 3, is building new routines. So it's starting out with this entire module is about getting yourself into a different state and kind of taking care of your body, taking care of your mind biologically, and just focusing on breaking the trauma bond. Like, that's your whole thing for module 1. It's just, can I break the trauma bond? What do I need to do? So in lesson 3, building new routines, I break down things that you will be doing instead of making contact, right? Like, you're going to be doing X, Y, and Z instead of making contact. And by doing all of these things, you will be able to break the trauma bond over time. If you make these things habit every day, you're doing some things for yourself. And it varies on what you'll be doing and what works for you. because like I've said before, not everything works for everybody, but these are all just ideas for yourself. And the building the routines are different types of routines. So you're going to do physical, emotional, and mental routines. You're going to have three different types of routines. And it's not like going to be hard for you. It's not like, oh, I have to do all this work. It's not, because it's going to be sort of like, okay, let me just write down what I want to do for myself, and make yourself a first priority. So each module will have its own, I'm going back. Each module is going to have its own PDF resources. And I'm going to leave it on this page so people could read this. But essentially, each module will have its own PDF resources. They're like worksheets that you'll go through. So it's not going to seem like work. It's just at the end of the module, which is this type of presentation plus an audio, I'm speaking over it and explaining things. And when you get finished with that, which they're all like about 10 or 15 minutes long, I don't think any one of them is more than 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. And you'll do the exercises, and then you'll try to implement those things. And it's pretty heavy stuff. Like, I feel like, if you're going to change your life and you want to heal and you haven't healed for months and you've been trying and you didn't know what to do, this is going to give you the plan to learn what to do. But the biggest thing, and the reason why I put it first, is breaking the trauma bond. That's the biggest thing. Doing no contact and breaking the trauma bond is huge. So if you can do that, and you can start then replacing your anxiety and your need for contact with that person with your new routines, physical, emotional, mental, you're on your way. Of course, there's 5 more modules after that that can teach you even more. I don't know if most of you know my background, but I did get my BA in psychology over 20 years ago. And I've just always been fascinated with psychology and fascinated with brain and behavior. And, that is one of the reasons why this course is kind of heavily based in psychology. I'm not a psychologist, but I just have an interest in it. And I do have that degree from years ago. So I try to make this course full of real information. It's valid information. It's researched information. I've done all the research for you, and kind of like put it all together in a nice package so that it can benefit you and it could help to lift you out of that deep gut-wrenching pain that you might have been feeling for months now, and you just really weren't sure what to do. So I hope that you will sign up for my email list. If you do that, which will be linked below this video, sign up for my email list and you will get updates on when this course is going to be available. It's going to be launched February 14th, but if you want to get an email and get first dibs, there will be some bonuses. At least one bonus, I'm sure, for people who sign up the first day. And there may be some other bonuses as we go along so that you'll get the course plus other things. But I hope this helps and kind of gives you an idea of what this course is going to be. But it's like a serious deep dive, 18 lessons, all about healing and getting yourself past this traumatic heartbreak. And I think it's going to help a lot of people. I feel like I've hit a lot of different things, and just it's a lot of information. Let's say it's a lot of information. You can take it as fast or as slow as you want, which is the great thing. It's a self-paced course, so you don't have to do all of the first module at once. You can do like one lesson a day and then just say, okay, I'm done. Or you could listen to the audio and then do the worksheets on another day. It's really up to you how you want to take the course. So I hope for anybody that is going through a traumatic breakup, just went through it, or like I said, has been struggling for months and just cannot get past that hurdle, that being stuck place. This will help push you past that. If you follow what is in here, nobody's going to make it happen for you on their own. Like, you have to do the work. So if you're committed and you're committed to loving yourself and getting to a place of healing, then this course will be for you. You'll have everything you need, all the tools, all the info. Um, and one of the bonuses are going to be some one-on-one sessions with me. So you may be able to get in on that as well, where I can actually personally talk with you about your situation and give you my own personal advice. So get on the email list. You'll stay up to date. Again, it's launching next month. And I think you're really going to love it. A lot of people are going to be using this to get past some of the hurdles that they're stuck in right now.